Hey there, welcome to Live by Design, a place where I hope you'll find content that's informative, insightful, and inspiring. My name is Mwadi. I'm your host. I'm a life strategist and a motivational speaker. And I haven't been here in a while, y'all. I've been posting a lot on my other social media platforms, Instagram and Twitter primarily. Those spaces are really good for my sort of quick thoughts. I like to share my little motivational quotes and ideas for the day. This space, however, I find I like because it allows me a little bit more time, right? More time than the 1 minute or so that I get on Instagram to really unfold and unpack an idea more thoroughly. And I had an idea today. It's been on my mind actually for a couple of weeks. I just came back from running, which is why I got my sweatshirt on. But hey, I didn't want to wait too much longer because otherwise it wouldn't have happened, right? But there's something that's been on my mind a lot lately that I wanted to share a little bit more deeply, a little bit more deeply. Yeah, that's the word for it. Deeply here in this space. Last week I posted on Instagram a couple of words, 2 sentences. Stop chasing, start allowing. Stop chasing, start allowing. And I was in that moment particularly thinking about the ways in relationships, romantic relationships, that we, men and women, the way we go out and try to chase people and buy people's affections and try to convince them to love us and be in relationship with us, as opposed to just allowing things to unfold organically and naturally from a space of us just being ourselves, our true authentic selves, knowing who we are, and allowing the person or the people that are supposed to be in our lives find us and be attracted to us just by virtue of our own authentic energy, as opposed to the desperate energy that we put out when we start to chase and we start to cajole people, right? So back in the day when I first started dating and sort of being out of this world, I'm a late bloomer. Some of y'all know my story. I wasn't allowed to date. We're Congolese Americans. My parents were like, they didn't even know what that whole dating thing was. So I didn't really start to get involved in relationships and that type of thing until well into my 20s. And so for me, I got all of my, and we didn't really talk in my household, at least I didn't, with my parents about, relationships and men and women and all that stuff. So I got all of my information from soap operas. I've talked about that before. So, you can imagine the drama that ensued as a result of that training. Oh, memories, the good times. Anyway, my point is that when I first started to really, start to date seriously, I was under the false impression that I could convince the people that I was attracted to really like me and be in a relationship by virtue of doing things for them, and trying to be the super girlfriend that I would see rather on TV. And I thought that if I was smart enough, well, I was already smart, but if I was attentive enough and giving enough and this, that, do things for people, that they would in turn, be loyal to me and see me as being that person that they wanted to be with, that magic would open, the heavens would open and all that good stuff, and angels would start singing. Didn't happen that way, right? And so I learned over time that the best way to attract the people that are supposed to be in my life, the person that is for me, is to be the best, highest version of myself. And yes, I'm giving. Yes, I'm kind. And I try to be kind and giving to everybody. Marianne Williamson once said that we would be better off if we brought more friendships into our romances and more romance into our friendships. I heard that years ago. And that's a phrase that really turned things around for me, because I realized that I didn't have to do anything to be lovable. I was already lovable because I'm here. I was made in love by divine love. And at the end of the day, I'm going to go back to love. So I don't have to do anything to prove to anybody that I'm lovable, that I'm worthy. And just by virtue of me really working on myself and really stepping into the truth of who I am and really rediscovering that just how bad I am. Just by that discovery of remembering that, wow, Wadi, you're a child of the divine. And all of my gifts and all of my talents, I already came pre-approved. And so I realized over time through work, through workshops and a whole bunch of other things, that I don't really have to do anything to attract the people that I'm supposed to be with. Now, there have been people that I have liked from afar, and then I got up close and we didn't gel because that person's energy didn't match my energy, and that was all fine and good and dandy. So, you still attract people still come into my life that I'm just like, However, it's not by anything that I do. I don't do anything special to try to convince people that I'm the one for them. If you are not convinced that I'm the one, after a certain time, or I'm not convinced that you're the one after a certain time, then you're not the one. Then I'm not the one, and that's okay, because my self-esteem is not tied into whether or not I have a man. My self-esteem is not tied into whether or not other people think that I have a man and this and all this. I don't buy into all of that. I understand who I am. I understand to whom I belong, and I understand that what's for me is for me. And it's from that awareness that I have been able to invite a lot more peace into my life, and I have been able to invite many, many more positive relationships into my life, relationships with men, from the romantic perspective, as well as even my female friends. It's like all of my relationships, I feel anyway, have started to really get to this space of just real peace and ease and grace, because I have become much more at peace and at ease with myself, right? Some of that comes with age, but there is a saying that I've been saying a lot lately, that there's a saying that says that age comes with wisdom, but sometimes age comes alone, meaning that wisdom does not always come with age. It comes from setting an intention to learn from your mistakes and to grow and to constantly evolve. And so part of it, I think, is the wisdom that I've intentionally invited into my life as a result of doing the work. And also it's from just, doing the work on myself and coming to that realization. So what's my point? My point is that, I don't know what it's going to take for us as a society to start to teach our children, not just our girls, but our boys, our children, that you don't have to buy people's love. You don't have to run after people. Because when you do that, it's an indication to them, but it should be a signal to yourself that you're not all right with yourself. And anyone that you have to chase down and buckle down and bribe to stay with you, that's an invitation. Anytime you have to do that, that's an invitation for a conversation with yourself. And for me, I think that the whole thing about chasing people, it really is an invitation to look at yourself and ask yourself, what is it that I believe about myself? What is it that I see in myself or don't see in myself that makes me feel that I am not worthy enough, that I am not enough to bring about the person that is meant for me? What is it that I tell myself about myself? What is it about me that I find so unlovable that I feel that I have to go out and bribe people, buy their affection, earn their affection? Why do I feel that I'm not good enough unto myself on my own, that I have to go out and chase people down, right? Instead of just allowing the person that's out there for me to find me. What is it about me that I feel that I'm so unworthy that but for these actions, but for these acts of desperation, I'm not going to get anybody? That's the question that you've got to ask yourself. Because what we tend to do is and I know this from personal experience, this is not judgment, this is not me talking about anybody. We're usually in this space, when I'm talking about problems that I see out in the world, that's because I've done them. And in some cases, I'm still doing them. Not this particular one. But I'm just saying, this is not me talking to anybody in particular. This is just me sort of looking at the world. And sometimes people call me for advice and for coaching around relationship issues, and I'm always happy to give it. But this is the internal thing. This is the internal work that needs to be done. You've got to get to the place where you love, appreciate, and value yourself. How you treat yourself is how you see yourself. Those are signals that you send out into the world. The more you love yourself, and it sounds like a cliche, it is a cliche, but it is also true. How you treat yourself, how you see yourself, that's an invitation for other people. That's the signal for other people as to how they're going to treat you. So rather than chasing people down and trying to convince them or bully them or bribe them into loving you, liking you, respecting you, stop doing that. Learn to love yourself. Learn to respect yourself. Learn to treat yourself in a way that indicates that you really love and see and respect yourself. And that will do one of two things. Either it will attract your partner to you, or you'll be so in love with yourself that if it does not happen for you in the way that you want it to happen for you, and if it's your dharma, or if it's your fate, that perhaps you live this part of your journey as a single person on your own, not only will you be able to accept that as your assignment, but you will be able to live and thrive and grow and still connect to your joy if that turns out to be your fate, if that turns out to be your assignment. That might be your spiritual assignment, to be single, to not be somebody who becomes a father, becomes a mother, to be that person in the room full of people who have a +1, you know, at the wedding, you can bring your +1. Maybe you don't get a +1. That might be what was put in place for you. And if that is what your life is meant to be, then rather than fighting it, and rather than resisting it, and rather than going out and begging other folks to love you, best thing to do is to become at peace with it and find the gift in that. Find the gift in it. But stop chasing folks, y'all. It doesn't work. When we chase things, when we chase people, it reeks of desperation. And if you catch the person who is the person of your dreams, the person won't really respect you. He or she, they won't be able to really love you because you're not really for them. They might stay with you out of guilt. They might stay with you out of convenience. They might stay with you because it's cheaper to keep you. But they won't be staying with you out of love. And that person that you say you love so much deserves to be in a relationship with somebody that they really love, not somebody who they feel bounded to by guilt, but somebody that they really love. And you deserve to be in relationship with somebody that really loves you. You don't want to be tied, connected to somebody who's only with you because they feel obligated. They'll end up resenting you. You'll end up resenting them, and you're going to end up resenting yourself. Stop chasing. Start allowing. Stop chasing. Stop chasing people who have made it clear that they don't want you. Stop chasing people who have said to you to your face that they don't want to be in a relationship with you. Stop chasing people who, by their actions, by being with other people, by not being available, by not being grateful, stop chasing them. Work on yourself. Work on loving yourself, building your self-esteem, building your tribe of people who see you and really value you. Because it's from that space of knowing that you will really discover all the beauty, the joy, the peace, the abundance that I promise you is here on this earth waiting for you. And if you don't get partnered up, you'll still be not just okay, but you will be fabulous. And if you do get partnered up, he or she will be the person that was meant for you. And you have to work at it. All relationships take work. And you'll still have to be kind. Please be kind to the person. And please be loving to the person. And please give of yourself. But not because you feel that you have to, but because you feel that you want to. Not because you feel if I don't do this, he or she's going to leave me, but you do this because I'm grateful for that this spirit is in my life, because this person is here because they want to be here. Relationships take work, but they don't, this begging stuff that I see going around, y'all, we got to stop it. We got to stop, okay? You deserve better than that. Stop chasing. Start allowing. Allow yourself to live. Allow yourself to love. Allow yourself to be loved. Allow yourself to experience joy. Don't try to push it. There's a song. Don't push it. Don't force it. If it's meant to be, let it happen naturally. All right? That's it. I hope this made sense. It's been a while, but I wanted to get that off my chest. And I have done that now. So now I think I might go have a little something to eat and get dressed. That's it. I hope you all have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. I'm doing a workshop on, when is it? January 5th. For women only. Hit me up on the message down here on email, and I'll let you know all the details. But in the meantime, y'all, stop chasing. Start allowing. You deserve it. Later. Bye.